There's talk about the Steelers potentially signing an extra quarterback. Big Dick Nick hit the market, and people are curious. Could the team use a QB3 upgrade over Tanner Morgan? I'll tell you everything you need to know about the Steelers' quarterback situation, the position, and their depth chart here at Big Deke News. So Nick Foles just got released by the Colts, and everyone is like, yo, should the Steelers pick him up? And for somewhat of a legitimate reason, our QB3 right now is an undrafted rookie. So Nick Foles could bring experience, veteran savvy, be a mentor to a young quarterback in Kenny Pickett. I think he's an overall good guy, would probably be good for the locker room and also that QB room, offers some help there. Former Super Bowl champion, and also has that Weidl Philly connection that it seems the Steelers are so enamored by this offseason. But at the same time, Foles is kind of not good at the quarterback position anymore. I feel like he's maxed out his resources. I think he only had like a year and a half or 2 good years in him. Or maybe he's just only good in Philly because everywhere else he's gone, he's been dismal. So my answer is I'm cool with bringing him in for all the reasons I previously mentioned. At the same time, I'm not really pushing for it either. There's no downside, but I don't feel like there's much of an upside anymore with Nick Foles. And let's be honest, I brought this up on the podcast yesterday. If we're actually down Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky and have to resort to a QB3, we're calling up Big Ben, or at least we better be calling up Big Ben. Like, I don't give a shit who's actually on the roster listed as QB3, whether it's Tanner Morgan or if we sign someone like Nick Foles, or hell, if we bring back Mason, because those guys are actually QB4, because if it comes down to it, we're calling 7 over all those guys, because this roster is too good and too championship ready to put it in the hands of incompetence. Right now, 7 is really the third quarterback on the Steelers' depth chart, whether he knows it or not. And it's also why I'm not truly concerned about if the Steelers bring in an extra quarterback. And let me be very clear. This is Kenny's team. He is the guy. It is his era. He is the franchise. There's no debating that. We're talking about a 49ers type of scenario, because actually this did happen with San Fran last year with Trey Lance going down and Jimmy G going down and them showing some interest in Big Ben. That's what I'm talking about here. Kenny goes down long term. Mitch comes in. He either gets hurt or he's really struggling. You call up 7. It's like the emergency button. Because I'm being serious. Like, if we're doing good, the team, like the roster's as good as we think it is, we got a good record, there's playoff hopes, Super Bowl hopes. Like, what other quarterback out there do you actually want over Big Ben at the helm in that type of scenario? And don't act like the gunslinger wouldn't come in and cook with this offense, with a Pickens, with a Deontay, Allen Robinson, Muth, a Darnell Washington, a good offensive line. Like, don't forget, the Steelers left Big Ben hanging out to dry in his last season with the worst O-line in the league. You mean to tell me if he had to step in an emergency situation, he'd have an actual good O-line, plus a George Pickens, all these dudes, Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren? Come on, bro. But I digress. I expect Kenny to do all the same things. I think we've all been talking about this year 2 jump that Pickett's going to make, and he was damn good in his rookie year. Like, this is his time. We are just talking about, again, like a panic situation. And the other reason I bring this up is because the topic of QB3 has been brought up and whether or not we should sign Nick Foles. There's been other guys being floated out there like Teddy Bridgewater. I'm bringing you my plan. Like, this is my QB3 plan and how I see it playing out. Now, I guess it's a little bit different if you just need a quarterback 3 in there for like a game or 2. But I guess I'm, again, bringing up the 49ers scenario from last year where it's like you actually need your QB3 to play long-term and potentially into the playoffs. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, this is what we got to do. We're signing 7. That's it for Big Deke News on a Tuesday. Let me know what you guys think about the Steelers potentially signing Nick Foles or any other QB3. Or if you don't have anything to add and just agree with me, you can tell me how awesome my plan sounds. But, yeah, again, that's it. Stay chilling, and peace.